Spotify, which surprised Wall Street by reporting a profit in the third quarter. The stock was still down this week, though, Ron.
Yeah, because they don't really make money. The only reason they were profitable is because of their investment in Tencent Music Entertainment Group. So they got to kind of goose up the value of that, which led to a paper profit. But they're not profitable because of what they actually do. In fact, they reported net losses every year since they launched in 2008. So, you know, what do you do with that? At some point, they've got to make money. Listeners will recall they went public back in April in a new way, really. They went kind of a direct listing approach rather than using underwriters, which people thought, ooh, maybe this is kind of the new wave of going public. I don't think necessarily we've seen that yet, but this was a way for investors in the company to get liquidity, and as a result, now it's a public company. But, you know, they've got good subscriber growth, but they did have to kind of pare back on guidance with respect to that. They pared back on guidance with respect to gross margins. They just can't seem to flow money to the bottom line.
They have nearly 200 million monthly average active users. What is wrong with this business that they can't make money, Jason?
Well, because they have a pretty compelling free offering, actually. I mean, I use Spotify, but I never pay for it. And so I think with Spotify, you know, we learned some lessons going into that IPO. And I think Snap is another good example of learning some lessons going into that IPO. We paid attention to Facebook and Twitter, and I think we learned a lot from that to kind of get an idea of what might happen with Snap. And with Spotify, we could look back to Pandora at least and get some idea as to the economics of that business and what they would have to do to make any really meaningful money over the long haul. And the economics of the music business are just really bad. And so, I mean, they could probably have a user base of 300 million, but I'm not necessarily sure that makes for such an attractive investment. And it just goes to show that there are cases where it can be a great product or service for consumers that doesn't necessarily translate its way into good investment for investors.